Nashville, Tennessee, it's Electric Gold! What beer y'all drinking tonight, boys? Electric Gold, hear the speakers explode. 3 mics, 1 couch, fresh beer so cold. Hot chicken taste, yeah, we season it bold. Oh, hell yeah, it's Electric Gold! Come on, you boys in gold.
Hey, everyone, it's Electric Gold. I'm Ryan, and I'm here with John and Evan. And boy, oh boy, what a sweet day it is. There's joy in Music City today. Fellas, how are you feeling? Are you having a great weekend?
I might be having one of the best weekends of my life. I'm straight up
Wow.
going to tell you. I've got a list of things. Liverpool actually won a soccer game yesterday. First time in a long time. Number 2, my family adopted a little kitten, 4-month-old kitten yesterday. You might
Nice.
hear her bouncing around here because she's exploring the house right now.
What's her name?
Her name is Maxie.
Maxie.
And
Okay.
she is as cute as could be. Number 3, we just celebrated my dad's 70th birthday by eating some
Oh.
Mexican food, and I drank 2 micheladas, so I am feeling no pain whatsoever.
Wonderful.
And number 4, and biggest one of all, NSC last night delivered big time.
Oh, they looked great. They look great. Well, John, it's 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. You've got a great early start.
I could go to bed. Yeah.
You're well prepared for the podcast, that's for sure. Evan, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing great here. I'll just give you a little bit of detail. First of all, I had the 2 best kids in the whole wide world, and a special shout out to my son Avery, who just bailed me out in a huge way by letting me steal his gaming headset right in the middle of a game so that we could do this podcast.
What a
sacrifice.
I know, what a guy. But yeah, the weather's been beautiful. I got to play a ton of pickleball this weekend, including, guys, I got invited to play with a bunch of guys about half my age.
Oh, wow.
So-
Impressive.
Do you show them what for?
No, I was the worst one of all of them, but I held my own, and it felt incredible to, pretend that I was back in my golden age, early 20s or whatever.
Did you throw some Dan Lovett's old man tricks at him,
Yes,
like
absolutely.
milking the injury and that
Yes.
sort of thing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But no, man, great weekend. The club has had a good week, so yeah, I'm feeling great.
When I was growing up, we had a ton of kids and people in our neighborhood, and we used to always get together and play pickup basketball. And there was always like that dad guy who would play with us, who he just had crafty old man skills.
It just burned
Like,
you.
yeah, I mean, we'd be running around as hard as we could, just killing ourselves. And he's just lollygagging along, but man, he'd have that step back, that fade away, whatever, and or a hook shot or something like that, and just dog us every time. So
Minimum effort, maximum results.
Yeah.
So Evan, you can hang with those guys. You got to just pull out those old man tricks, and then you'll be good.
Yeah. I'm not above it.
Well, fellas, we've got a lot to celebrate today, and the best way to do that is over a tasty beverage. So what are you having to drink today? Evan, we'll start with you.
Okay, well, I'm having the Daisy here from Fat Bottom Brewery here in Nashville. This is a tangerine wheat beer. It's so good. It's got like a smooth base, but the subtle sweet citrus finish, just not overpowering, so drinkable, kind of gives you that summery vibe, which it's been a pretty warm weekend. So, it seems like a perfect pairing. So just a delicious beer. I'm really enjoying it.
Love the Daisy. Great choice there. John, you've already had 2 micheladas, you said.
Yeah.
Are you on your third, or are you switching it up?
I switched it up, and after last week, people are not going to believe that we did not plan this, but I am drinking a hazy IPA from Fat Bottom Brewing. We both are representing the local this weekend. This one is so good too. It's got that whole very low bitterness, big hop aroma. It's got like hints of orange marmalade, white peach. It's just a delightful beer. Thank you, Fat Bottom.
Yeah, sounds great. Sounds great. Well, there is no risk of me drinking accidentally the same beer as you guys, because I'm going all the way around to the other side of the planet.
Wow.
I'm having the Lucky Buddha, and I don't know if you can see this, This glass bottle is in the shape of a Buddha right here. So
Rub his
that
belly. Rub his belly.
when you hold it, you rub his belly right there. You get luck. Good luck. So the whole premise behind the Lucky Buddha beer is they promote a sentiment called luckyfulness, which is living for luck, living to find it, living to share it, living to make it for yourself. It's about celebrating luck and all its shapes and forms and using it to make the world a little bit happier. It's not about winning the lottery. It's about opening yourself up to the possibilities and embracing a life less planned. To live a lucky life is to know that happiness and good fortune are always just a roll of the dice or a flip of the coin away. Guys, I feel awful lucky to be a Nashville SC fan this weekend.
Yeah, baby.
And to be talking about soccer with you guys today. So, hey, cheers to you.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
All right, let's kick things off. Let's do a little bit of week in review. The boys in gold began the week with a game at home hosting Club America in the quarterfinals of the CONCACAF Champions Tournament. After dispatching Inter Miami in the previous round, let me just say that again. After dispatching Inter Miami in the previous round, Nashville was set to face off against their first Mexican opponent in the tournament. Club America is currently in 6th place in the Liga MX standings, and they narrowly beat Philadelphia Union to advance to this round. Coach BJ Callaghan opted for most of his top firepower, starting Sam Surridge, Hani Mukhtar, and Christian Espinoza. Warren Madrigal got the nod on the left wing, Matthew Corcoran started in the middle opposite Patrick Yazbek, and Reed Baker-Whiting started at left back. Nashville largely controlled the game, especially in the first half. The defense was tough to break through, and Club America were afforded very few chances. On the flip side, Nashville struggled to muster any scoring opportunities against America's defense either. In the second half, NSC managed to get a few chances, but nothing materialized into a goal. The best chances for Sam Surridge, Espinoza, and Alex Muil all sailed off target, either wide or over the goal or both. The referee crew also did us no favors for the boys in gold, as the calls were inconsistent and often highly questionable. In the end, the two teams played to a quiet draw, so all the stakes will be riding on their second leg of the matchup next week in Mexico. Holding Club America scoreless in this match does give Nashville a small advantage, though. As we learned in the round versus Miami, the away goal tiebreaker can be a valuable arrow in the team's quiver. And this weekend, the team made the short trip to neighboring North Carolina to face Charlotte FC, the third-place team in the Eastern Conference. Charlotte has been off to a good start this season, entering the match with a record of 3 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. They're led by crafty midfielder Pep Biel, who has contributed 4 goals and 2 assists so far this season, but they were missing their dynamic forward Wilfried Zaha, who was suspended for the game due to yellow card accumulations already.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. To no one's surprise, Coach Callaghan fielded a heavily rotated lineup for this match, sandwiched in between the two CONCACAF legs. Rubens Pacius and Warren Madrigal started up front, with Alex Muil and Ahmed Qasem on the left and right wings, respectively. Eddi Tagseth and Patrick Yazbek started in the middle, while the backline featured center backs Maxwell Woledzi and Jack Mayer, and Dan Lovitz and Josh Bauer on the wings. The bench mob took full advantage of the opportunity to shine from the start. And after some very close calls in each team's goal that resulted in no scores, Tagseth finally converted his first score from Nashville. The strike came off a terrific charge and dish from Patrick Yazbek right in the middle of the field. Tagseth was set up beautifully outside the top of the box. He struck a ball with force, and it landed a shot in the top left corner of the goal for a 1-0 Nashville lead, a score that lasted until halftime. Early in the second half, Alex Muil was taken down awkwardly in a collision with a Charlotte player who did not get called for a foul, strangely, and he had to be helped off the field. Hani Mukhtar came on in relief, and in the 62nd minute, Mukhtar dropped a short pass off to Yazbek in Nashville's side of the field. Yazbek broke free on a 60-plus yard run that ended with him rocketing a shot from the top of the Charlotte box, deflecting off a defender and past the keeper into the goal for a 2-0 lead. Just a few minutes later, Charlotte earned a penalty kick when Dan Lovitz committed a foul near the goal line. The ensuing kick by Aidan Toklamati was blocked by a diving Brian Schwake, preserving the 2-goal lead. Charlotte was awarded another penalty in the 90th minute when Schwake was caught between holding his ankle and going for the ball. He ended up fouling an aggressive Archie Goodwin. Goodwin took the shot, and this time Charlotte found pay dirt. But despite the late heroics from Goodwin, Nashville held on to the 2-1 lead, collecting 3 points on the road versus a formidable Eastern Conference foe. Nashville remains in first place in the East, while Charlotte slips to 5th place in the conference. Elsewhere in the CONCACAF quarterfinals this week, the home teams were the victors. Tigres beat Seattle 2-0. LAFC dominated Cruz Azul 3-0 in LA, and Toluca won a shootout against the LA Galaxy 4-2. Around the MLS this weekend, things worked out quite favorably for Nashville. Toronto and Cincinnati played a 1-1 draw in a weird game where Toronto had the man advantage, but they only scored thanks to an own goal from Cincy. LA Galaxy won 2-1 on the road versus Austin. Philly finally notched a win with a 2-1 road victory over Montreal, of course. And the upset of the week, Portland grabbed a 2-1 win over LAFC, giving LA their first loss and their first goals allowed this season. Inter Miami only mustered a draw at home versus the Red Bulls. New England eked out a 1-0 win against DC United, and NYCFC suffered a dreaded West Coast travel loss, losing 2-0 at Vancouver. Chicago continued their recent string of success, beating Atlanta 1-0. Dallas and St. Louis battled to a 1-1 draw. Jack Scahan's brace led San Jose to a road victory over Kansas City. Colorado unleashed a scoring explosion, winning 6-2 over Houston with braces from Kosi Thompson and Rafael Navarro. Minnesota beat San Diego 2-1 on the road as well, and the only Sunday game on the slate is Columbus hosting Orlando. With all those results in place, Nashville now enjoys a 3-point lead at the top of the East, with Chicago in second and Miami in third. Over in the West, Vancouver and San Jose are battling it out for first place, with LAFC shockingly now sitting in third place despite their incredible start. Guys, that's what happened this week. And of course, Nashville with a heavily rotated side, a lot of bench players starting, held their own against a tough Charlotte opponent. Wow. I don't think any of us were expecting that. You know, John and I had the good fortune of guesting on the Queen City pod this week and talking with those guys, their Charlotte FC podcast, and we were predicting a draw. This podcast last week, we were predicting draws, Evan and John, both of you. And that was we were saying a pretty optimistic reach.
Yeah, we were hoping for a draw. Yeah.
Little did we know that our B team, our secondary players, they might be a playoff team unto themselves, especially in the Eastern Conference. So what did you guys think? What were your reactions to this game? John?
What I took away from it was, like, even if we rotate all those attackers up top, it's that strength in our spine that we've talked about this season. Evan has talked about it beautifully this year. That midfield, center midfield, and center defense is so good that we're going to be in any game, no matter who we start up top. And we're missing our 3 big stars, but we still had enough going forward. And Yazbek and Tagseth delivered finally last night. I mean, Tagseth has played great, but he hadn't scored, so that was a wonder first goal. But yeah, I mean, between our center defenders and center midfielders, we are going to be in any game against anybody in this league, no matter who else is on the field. That's what I'm taking away.
Absolutely. So happy for Eddi to see him finally find the goal. How many times last season did we predict this week's the week Eddi's going to score, and it never happened? And
if he had scored every time we predicted it, he would have been up there with Messi and Surridge for the Golden Boot, probably.
For sure. Evan, what were your thoughts coming out of this game last night?
Yeah, just really encouraged and maybe feeling a little guilty that I didn't give them as much credit as maybe they deserved. I mean, for us to field the B team and go to Charlotte, where they have been, stalwart at home, and to get that result was just fantastic. I mean, we really didn't need our DPs in that match. We did bring them in, it was a little bit of security, but they really never made much of an impact. We just didn't need them. I mean, we have so many talented players all over the pitch. We have such a deep bench. I'm just almost flabbergasted at the talent on this team.
Consider ourselves lucky, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm drinking the Lucky Buddha. I watched the post-game press conference with BJ, and he commented on, and I think he even said this at halftime as well in his halftime interview, we've got a deep bench of high-quality players, and we aren't changing our style or our approach or our mentality no matter who's on the field. No matter what, we've got the guys to get the job done. He's got ultimate confidence in them from top to bottom. And when your coach is talking like that, man, makes you want to believe, right? It makes everybody on the roster want to believe. So I commend him for the kind of leadership that he's providing. And, of course, having those guys ready. I mean, Jack Mayer has played in, I think this is his 4th game he's played in. And, he's not been a starter this year like he was for the past several years. And, I mean, he came in and looked as ready as he ever. Yeah, I mean, he's just looked sharp as could be. It didn't look like there was any rust. And so when guys can just come in like in a drop of a hat like that, it's almost even a harder thing to do, I think, to have that intermittent sort of play where you're not always in each game.
Yeah.
And then you've got to come in and still perform. Am I wrong?
No, definitely. You're definitely right. BJ has gotten what he wants to see on the field through to these players and on the practice field. I mean, I would love to go behind the scenes and see these practices because, man, they play the same way no matter who's on the field. And he's got total buy-in from everybody. Players who probably their natural game is not necessarily to play this way. Look at Ahmed Qasem last night. Was
so
fantastic.
Good.
So good. And he's playing the way BJ Callaghan wants his wingers to play,
Yeah, it's great to see.
It's a testament, yeah.
Let's hand out some all hell yes. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it, brother.
John, we'll start with you. What's your oh hell yeah, your favorite thing about this week?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about possibly my favorite thing on this team overall this entire season. And that is Maxwell Woledzi.
Okay.
I cannot love a guy more than I love Maxwell Woledzi, guys.
He's already a fan favorite.
This dude is basically pure joy distilled into the form of a human being. He is like sunshine and rainbows. And he just makes you just smile. He gets the crowd pumped up. We saw it early on in the America game Tuesday night. There was a little bit of a feisty. I mean, it was a feisty game. Club America, they know all the tricks to get under people's sleeves. And man, he was just like, get up. And we were like, yeah, Maxwell. But he does this every game. Of course, he jumps into the crowd after the game and leads the chants. And it's not just, the off the field stuff. He is balling. He's become, him and Brian Schwake are the first names on BJ's team sheet each week. Like we rotate, it doesn't matter. Schwake and Maxwell have still been playing. And the guy is he's playing so well this year in his first season over here. I mean, we thought he'd be good. We didn't know he'd be this good. We've still only given up 5 goals in 12 games, 13, I can't remember how many games we played.
Yeah.
That's a crazy stat. And he's partnered both with Palacios and Jack Mayer. It doesn't matter. He's there and he is consistent. And I just love the guy. And there's something bigger than soccer that I want to talk about with Maxwell. This guy, there are so few good role models for people out there. I'm raising 2 young boys. Most of the people that they could look at as being successful or running things in society, it seems like a lot of times that they're only out to hurt other people, possibly, Y'all know what I'm talking about.
certainly they're selfish and they're not thinking of
Yes.
others or thinking
Not a
about the
good role
impression that
model.
they might make. Yeah, exactly.
And like, if my kids ended up like those people, I would probably disown them. In Maxwell, though, we have an example of someone that I can point my kids at and say, that's the kind of man that I want you guys to be. Obviously, he makes good money compared to most people, but he
Yeah.
doesn't make Messi or LeBron money.
Right.
He could easily be forgiven for, saving his money and planning for his career after soccer. But no, he is spending his money. He's got the Maxwell Woledzi Foundation. He gives back. He is from Ghana, and he gives back. He's got a program called the Hijab Projects, where it encourages young women over in Ghana to be able to play soccer because it provides them with gear so they can wear the hijabs while they're playing, and like all kinds of stuff, charitable stuff that he does. He's basically the continuation of Taylor Washington for me on this team. Like, he is just an excellent addition to our community. I couldn't be prouder of him, and I couldn't be happier that he is in Nashville. So, all hell yeah, Maxwell Woledzi.
Here, here. Well said. I am so happy to have him on the team, and I particularly appreciate his recognition and interaction with the fans. So often, star players or just the sports figures that we watch and cheer on all the time, they kind of pass by, and there's not a lot of recognition or appreciation for all these people who spend their hard-earned money coming and supporting you. And he is absolutely showing that love and that appreciation every week in and out. That means a lot because soccer tickets can be expensive, and if you bring in your family to the game or whatever, I mean, it's an investment in time and money and so forth. And the fact that he's willing to get out there and bring the crowd into the game with him,
Yeah.
and it's
Mhm.
not just him playing on the field and not caring about all the people that are watching. I really appreciate that. And I haven't seen a Nashville player in all the years that we've been watching who has interacted with the crowd to this degree. Others have, and they all largely have had the right attitude and spirit about them. But this is another level, and I love to see that example being set.
Yep.
Evan, you got an all hell yeah to throw around?
Yeah, I do, and I will get to it in a minute, but I would just want to add my little 2 cents on what you guys have just said about Maxwell, and that's that this combination, these 2 things that you just talked about, his joy and then also his selflessness.
Yeah.
Those 2 things are not coincidental, I don't believe. Whether or not he learned from his parents or he picked it up somewhere else along the way, I suspect that he has figured out what too few people in our world figure out, which is that real happiness and real joy come from helping others and giving and serving others.
Yep.
That
So true.
those 2 things are linked, and we don't talk enough about it. And Maxwell apparently has figured that out. And you're right, John. What an incredible role model for all the young people in the NSC community. So anyway, I couldn't agree with what you guys said more. But okay, on to mine. Mine, and I'm probably starting to sound like a broken record, but my God, Patrick Yazbek, guys.
Yes.
I mean,
Seriously.
Yep.
if he doesn't feature for Australia in this World Cup, I mean, what a shame. But at least we get to enjoy his level of play lately. You may have noticed last night in the post-game coverage there on Apple, he ran 9 miles last night in that match. And his heat map was almost completely full. I mean, he was everywhere.
Just draw a picture of a soccer field. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he was such a huge part in Eddi's goal by driving that ball to the top of the box and then laying off a perfect pass for Eddi to blast, and then his swashbuckling run through the center of the pitch, who, again, another thing the Apple commentators really noticed, and I was glad they highlighted, was Qasem's run across to draw away 2 defenders so Patrick could then get it over on his right foot for that shot. Also brilliant. But Yazbek just so good right now. He's everywhere. He's playing great defense. He's becoming almost as instrumental to our offense as any of the other guys. And it's just like, oh, hell yeah. Can this guy get any better? I don't know, but he sure is going for it, you know.
He's been amazing. He's been so important to everything the team's been doing so far this year. Again, I mentioned John and I were on the Queen City podcast earlier this week, and they asked us, outside of your big three, outside of the big names that everyone knows about, who should we be worried about? We're not as familiar with your team. And I spoke up right away. I was like, well, I know we're going to have the same answer, and that's Patrick Yazbek. And I was like, you guys better watch out. I don't know if he's going to be playing, but I was like, if he is, watch out, because that's the guy who makes things happen. And sure enough,
that
man,
one.
he really made us sound smart. That's for sure. I want to share a couple of, or three honorable mentions, if you don't mind. So Ahmed Qasem, we've mentioned his name a couple times already, and we've been hard on him here at Electric Gold, but I'm going to say that was probably the best game I've seen him play in the Nashville Gold. He looked great last night, and he was making all the right moves, smart play, and it looked energetic and engaged, and it was everything we could want from him. So even though he didn't notch on the scoring chart or make a goal or anything, man, he did so many little things that really helped the team succeed last night. So I wanted to make sure he got his recognition. It goes without saying, Brian Schwake had a hell of a game.
Obviously,
Another penalty kick blocked. That dude is just incredible. And he had a couple of other timely saves as well. And the third one, you're not going to guess at all. But I want to throw an all hell yeah to Joe Willis. Because every time something good happened on the soccer field, if they cut away to the sideline, who's the first person jumping up off the bench and clapping and cheering the team?
Big
Joe Willis. The dude is sidelined this year, and he's a backup goalie now after years of being the starter, but that has not diminished his loyalty or the fact that he continues to support his teammates and cheer them on. He's the consummate professional. He's got to be probably one of the most important voices and leaders in the locker room, and a big all hell yeah to him for just continuing to be such a supportive and important force within the roster. I noticed it, and I wanted to make sure he got recognition for that.
Hell yeah, and you've got to assume that he is a big reason the success of Brian Schwake this season. You've got to think that he is taking notes for Joe Willis has seen everything in this league. He knows everything there is to know about this league, so he's obviously imparting that wisdom to Brian.
All right, guys, I have no idea how you're going to do the next part, but we're going to try. It's time for all hell no. And Evan, we'll stick with you on this. So have you come up with anything for this?
Yeah, I came up with one. It's not a big one, but I'm going to go ahead and give mine to Alex Moyle. He's just, he's been a little crazy lately, a little erratic. His finishing in the Club America match was, it left something to be desired. That's for sure. He had a great chance towards the end of the match and just completely blew it. But then, he's just been a little, like I said, erratic, particularly in that Charlotte match, like just kind of flying around, just kind of, I don't know, didn't seem to contribute much at all last night, defensively or offensively, and maybe gave away some silly fouls and things like that. So I don't know, oh hell no, Alex, just dial it down a little bit, buddy, and we'll be all right.
He drew the yellow card and got himself injured, and it was a little bit wild and out of control.
Yeah.
He was peak Alex, basically.
Basically. There's a fine line between genius and insanity. And he often straddles and even crosses it a lot.
Yes.
John, do you have any all hell no for us?
Yeah, I'll just go back to the America game. I'll just say our inability to break down Club America. There's still one lingering question for me about this team, and it is our ability to break down a team that is willing to park the bus. Because we saw it, obviously, Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't think they had their plan to park the bus or whatever, but they scored 15 seconds in, so they might as well take advantage and make us take the game to them. In both of those games, we had a problem breaking down a team that was just packed. And that was my possibly number one question going into this season was, could we break down a mass defense with the midfielders that we have? Because as good as, Tagseth and Yazbek and Corcoran, their strengths are, none of them are like that genius, number 10 playing through balls that I don't know, that we possibly need against a mass defense like that. So that it's a slight one. Obviously, the 0-0, it wasn't ideal, but it's still not a killer as we saw in the Miami series. So
Right.
it's a small one. Oh, hell no. We got to find a more consistent way to break down teams that are willing to sit on their ass and park 10 people back there. But it's also the hardest thing to do in soccer at times.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I feel like maybe this is Hani's responsibility because
100%.
I'm totally with you.
he does have kind of the free reign to float around the pitch. And so with that, I think he needs to find those little channels, do better once he has the ball. He doesn't necessarily have to drive the ball forward with the step overs and trying to draw the contact. Maybe he can just one touch and then find that through ball that we need, or find that chip over the back line to Sam or whatever. But no, you're totally right. That is such a difficult thing to do. That's why teams do it. That's why they park the bus.
That's why it works. Yeah.
But I think given the fact that we have given Hani so much more support now with Sam and Christian, I think this is his responsibility, and hopefully he can find that role and grow into it.
Do you guys think he's still figuring that out? Like figuring out how to not be the man and to be a supportive player to some degree? I think some days it seems like he's really figured it out. And then there are others where it's like, man, you are doing too much, man. Just relax, just pass it, just make the best play. Don't try and, make a miracle happen. That's what I observe.
I agree. I think in that America game in particular, quicker ball movement would have been a better idea. Yeah, he was trying to do too much. He was trying, he was doing the step overs and trying to drive at the defense when possibly just keeping them moving would have been a better result, because they were so compact. BJ even talked about that. They were very compact. There was no space between the lines.
Right.
Every time it looked like there was a half a second opening, there was two American defenders right there, and that fast ball movement would have been a better play at that.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that he continues to learn and grow this season, because he's certainly got the skill.
He did have an amazing touch on that Yazbek goal last night.
Yeah, it was just a soft,
simple little thing.
Simple pass.
Broke up the field.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's the kind of thing that we want from him. Just have that vision, that creativity, but you don't always have to make the hero play. You just, do all the little things that break it wide open like that. So,
yep.
All right, guys, we're going to do something new on this episode. So we're going to try this out, take it for a test drive and see how it works. What we are going to try to do is after every MLS game, we're going to tweet out to our fans and followers a song selection from a local Nashville artist. Whichever one of us picks it, the other two will take an opportunity to dissect it and talk about what you liked or didn't like about it. If you want to relate it to the game, you can. It doesn't have to be. But then also, if any of our followers want to chime in and share their thoughts and opinions before we record, by all means do so, and we'll try and share them on the podcast. So we shared a song by local rock legends, The Features, and the song is Whatever Gets You By, which is from their 2008 album, Some Kind of Salvation. I picked this one. Features are one of my favorite Nashville rock bands. They go back to the early 90s even. They've got that power pop sort of sound, and I love them so much. So I wanted to see what you guys thought. Is this the first time you ever heard this song? Are you familiar with it? What were your thoughts, Evan? We'll start with you.
Okay. Not only is it the first time I've heard this song, but as far as I know, it's the first time I've ever heard The Features. And
you are missing out, brother.
I know. Well, I'm going to take a deep dive this week. Don't worry about it. But when I first queued it up, my initial thought was, it sounds a little bit like Maroon 5 if Maroon 5 didn't suck. And then the more I listened to it, I was like, you know what it actually makes me think of? It actually makes me think of what it would sound like if Dr. Dog and the Decemberists got together and had a baby.
Wow.
And I was just like,
Nice.
I was like, I'm digging this, but I also was really digging it lyrically, you know, kind of that story of bouncing back. And so, yeah, man, I really liked it. And I can't wait for my features deep dive this week.
Please do. I want to hear all about it. Their first album is just unassailable. It's so good. I think it came out in 98 or something. I remember going to see them at like Dancing in the District and stuff back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So they're fantastic. Evan, I wish I was you so I could have this like, that experience
Nice.
of hearing them for the first time again, because it's such a joy. John, what were your thoughts on this?
Yeah, the features, first of all, definitely not the first time I had heard of them. I probably have seen them live about 10 to 12 times.
Right.
I've probably seen them probably as much as I've ever seen any band that did not involve someone I was related to. Because I went to MTSU, so I was in Murfreesboro during the mid to late 90s, and they were there.
Yeah,
Them and
all the
Self,
time.
that entire, oh my gosh, what was the name of the record label? It just popped out of my head.
Sponge Bath
Records.
Yeah.
They were constantly playing in Murfreesboro, and I didn't have any money because I was a college student, but it probably only cost $5 back then, so I was constantly there. And I love the features. I had not heard this particular song though, so this was a new one for me. It's a bit different from most of their stuff. Most of their stuff is more that power pop kind of Weezer maybe vibes. I don't know, early Weezer, when they were still good, But I love this song. I've only got to listen to it once this morning before we started recording, and I can't wait to listen to it more. Yeah, it's a good pick, and I don't know too much else about it. So yeah, I'd love to listen to it more.
Well, it's just a little over a minute long.
little
So it's
ditty.
kind of a shorty. I think it's just, a little intro in their album. And it's a fun song. Again, as Evan said, it's about that bouncing back, whatever it takes. I'm going to overcome, that sort of thing. Nashville's play this season is just reminding me of that, each game, whatever it takes, they're going to make it happen. And this past game, it was Eddi and Yazbek showing up. We didn't start the three-headed monster on the offense, but we still found whatever it was going to take to pull off the victory. So that's what made me think of this song, made me select it. Features are fantastic. If you're not aware of them, you should definitely check them out. And John, we have still our Spotify playlist of every song that we've ever talked about on this podcast over the years, and it's gotten pretty lengthy. I think you could probably spend several days listening to it nonstop.
It's a beast, and I'm actually considering doing a separate Electric Gold Season 3.
Oh yeah,
playlist,
good idea.
Just like the new songs for this year going forwards.
Good idea. So let's do that, and we'll have the season 3 playlist, and this will be the first selection on that. So anyway, check it out. Thank you guys for the insight.
Good choice.
Yeah, appreciate it. Who's going to take the next one? Who's going to make the next selection?
I call Evan. Evan
Okay.
needs to do it because Evan is constantly sending me amazing songs.
Yes.
I'll get texted like 7:52 in the morning. Listen to this, and I'm like, yes, my day is made. So yeah, do it, man.
No, honestly, like Evan kind of inspired the whole idea for this segment, to be honest, because he's constantly coming up with those like really great song recommendations. So it's like
boys.
we gotta share this with the masses. So
what I do when I'm sitting around waiting for a call for pickleball, I just listen to music just with my phone sitting beside me.
Yeah,
sounds like a great life. All right, guys. So Evan, you got the next pick. We'll wait for that, and then, like we said, after the game next Saturday, we'll tweet it out and post it on Instagram and wherever else. And then if anybody wants to share their thoughts, you had to get in on it pretty quick because we record usually the very next day. So we invite all of our listeners to share their input. Okay, moving on, guys. Let's get spicy. Let's burn some mouths. Let's burn some lips and tongues. It's time for the Nashville Hot Chicken Takes.
My hot chicken take is that these owners got skills to shake, entertain the crowd and get on the field. 'Cause why the fuck not?
John?
Yeah.
I know you got something queued up for us. It's gonna burn us,
brother.
What do you got,
brother? You better have that beer ready to take a sip, because
Okay, I got a little bit left here.
all right, I'm here to deliver some facts to people that may not know them. I don't know, since this is our first extended journey into the CONCACAF Champions Cup, maybe a lot of NSC fans out there do not know the history of MLS teams playing in Mexico. I'm here to tell you it's not encouraging. 77 games all time MLS teams have played in Mexico during the CONCACAF Champions Cup. 14 of those 77 have been draws. Only 5 have been victories for the MLS team. 58 losses.
Wow. Wow. What do you attribute that to, John?
A lot of things. Liga MX has traditionally spent more money, at least the top sides. It's a weird, they don't have as much revenue sharing as MLS does. There's nothing saying, Club America or Chivas or Cruz Azul have to share any money with Mazatlan or Juarez or whatever. Those teams are basically on their own. So like MLS teams can handle the lower MX teams pretty easily, I think. But those top teams, the ones that are going to be in the CONCACAF Champions team, those teams usually have 5 or 6 guys that would be designated players of that level in MLS.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. And then another thing is the atmosphere down in Mexico is unlike anything you experience in MLS. Yeah. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be loud, especially this place we're playing, Estadio Azteca. Any U.S. national team fan will tell you it is hell. They are crazy down there, and they love their soccer, and they love their team, so they'll do anything to help the team win. But what's the hot chicken take coming?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to tell you. We are about to see the 6th victory for an MLS team in Mexico. Boys, it's happening Tuesday night, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we rested our big guys, so they should be ready. They got to be ready. The Club America cannot sit back like they did in the first leg against us. They are the home team. They will expect to go forward. They will expect to score goals. That crowd will expect them to score goals. But Club America have not had a good season so far, and their fans can turn on them in a second. They expect great things out of them. If they don't get it, it could become our home crowd. So I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. So here's what's going to happen. Oh, I don't even want to. That's the whole crystal ball. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go into crystal ball territory. I'm just telling you, the hot chicken take is that Nashville SC is going to be the 6th MLS team to win in Mexico in competitive action.
Ooh, I love it.
Yep.
That's spicy.
That's spicy. But Evan, can you do any better?
Oh, man. Well, I don't know, because we have already kind of touched on this a little bit, but what I was going to bring is that I think Ahmed Qasem is about to absolutely break out and really contend for the starting position at left wing. And now, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but he has lined up over on the left a few times, maybe a little bit more so often on the right, but he's lined up on the left, has he not? That's what I thought. And so he has obviously been showing improvement this season. It's been a little bit like 2 steps forward, 1 step back type of thing. But last night, like I told you guys in the group chat, I was like, he has got his mojo working. And I think he is maybe finding that balance between his desire and, rightfully so, to dribble the ball because he has incredible dribbling skills, but also when to do that and when to pass. I think he's going to find that balance in MLS. I think he may have, last night may have pretty well found it. And so I think he's about to break out, boys. I wouldn't be surprised to see him starting, going forward, especially here by the end of this month.
Wow.
Love it.
That is spicy. And, it's well timed with Will maybe playing a little bit out of control, as we've talked about. And if he's hurt and is going to be missing any time, which I haven't heard an update of how severe that injury is.
I think we'll find out, because not only Will, but Ahmed himself actually went off too last night, and we haven't heard an update. So that will be, one thing to watch out for. We'll probably hear about it tomorrow or thereafter.
Yeah, there's a good opportunity there if he's feeling all right that he may be taking that spot from Will sooner rather than later. So I wouldn't be surprised, but it is that's spicy, and I would have never thought it. We were working through last season. I was like, man, this is just not working, but sure enough, man, things are clicking now. So that's exciting to see. All right, guys. Well, we've certainly talked enough about Nashville and all of the greatness that they have done this week, but let's look around the league. Let's do a little bit of keep your enemies closer. So, Evan, as you look around the league and see the results from this weekend, or even at the CONCACAF tournament, you can look at that too, but what stands out to you?
Okay, well, what stood out to me this week was this 2-2 draw between the Red Bulls and the Herons.
Yeah.
Of course, it was billed as a big matchup between Emil Forsberg and Leo Messi. And while they both had a big impact on the game, the goals actually came from other guys, including Herman Berterame, which is, of course, Miami's new DP striker who had yet to score before last night. But it was a back and forth match. There were some really nice team goals in this game. There were some big time saves from the keepers down the stretch, and this may come as a shock to you guys, but there was some exquisite dribbling and passing from the greatest to ever play the game, Messi himself. But regardless, I find it relevant to, Nashville, and that those two teams holding each other to a tie keeps Miami 4 points behind us in the Eastern Conference table, and then the Red Bulls way down in the middle of the table. So that's what we always want to see in these teams who are behind us, right? We want to see them just getting
tie every game.
Tie every game.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what stood out to me, and I was happy to see that result.
Yeah, for all of their money spent and the loaded roster that they have, the results so far early in the season haven't been spectacular for Miami. They've done fine, and they're third in the East. So, I mean, it's not like they're struggling or anything, but you would certainly think on paper they would have more success than what they've had so far, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Am I wrong? I mean, like, it just seems like this is a little bit underwhelming for them.
Yeah.
It's definitely a rebuilding a bit for them, because I think people maybe underestimated exactly how good Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets still were in their 20th season as a pro or whatever. Man, they were really good last year. And so it's taken them a while to adjust without having those two. God, I hope it happens all season,
Yeah, right. If they continue to struggle to figure it out, that'd be great. Yeah. John, what was standing out to you from around the league?
I took an eye after our game ended. Watched our upcoming MLS opponents, Atlanta United, play at Chicago Fire, and it was a barn burner. It was actually a 1-0 win for the Fire, which moved them into second place in the East.
Unbelievable.
Behind us, and Chicago just beat us too. There were a lot more goal-scoring opportunities than you would think between those two teams. Both teams had a ton of chances. The expected goals was 2.3 to 1.7 for Chicago. And the goal for Chicago came. Some nice work. Zinkernagel, who scored the game winner against us, him and Bamba combined, and then Haile Selassie scored the goal. It was a really nice goal. They hit the post twice. Atlanta hit it once. There was one play, Chris Brady played such a good game against us. He actually was out of position. He missed a cross, and the ball went back into the middle, and Atlanta had a wide open header at goal, and Ibakazi, the really impressive Chicago defender, made a great goal line clearance to save the 3 points for Chicago. So after that game, Chicago's second place. Atlanta, which we're about to play, is in 12th place in the East and could slide even further depending on what Orlando does today. So Atlanta is struggling, and we need to take advantage of this struggle and make it keep happening.
I continue to not be impressed at all with Atlanta. I mean, for several seasons now, people keep telling us they're going to be great, and I'm still waiting for it. But Chicago, man,
there's something going on there.
They're finding ways to win,
They scored a bunch of goals last year. The Kuipers and Zinkernagel both had a bunch of goals, and Bamba too. But their problem last year was giving up goals. And Ibakazi has really made a difference. He's got to be up there with Maxwell as far as like new defenders coming into MLS that are really impressed. And then Chris Brady is playing well too.
Yeah.
If they keep the goals away, they might actually be a real contender.
Absolutely. Well, it's a great look around the league. And speaking of Atlanta, let's go ahead and do this. Let's look ahead to the weekend preview. The boys in gold will rack up the frequent flyer miles this week as they first travel to Coyoacán, Mexico. to play in the fabled Estadio Azteca against Club America in the second leg of the CONCACAF quarterfinals. As we discussed, the teams played to a 0-0 draw this last week, so it's anyone's game to win. Strange things happen to MLS teams when they play in Mexico, so it'll likely take a massive effort from Nashville SC to overcome Club America, their ravenous fans, the referees, local government officials, CONCACAF marketing executives, their hotel concierge, and everyone else in a 200-mile radius. But the team has proven that they can hang with the heralded Mexican club, and it is expected that Coach Callaghan will start the game with Nashville's top firepower on the field. If Nashville does secure victory in Mexico, it'll be an upset, but with the talent on the roster, they should be able to pull it off. When they return to the States, the team will be heading down I-24 to visit Atlanta United. Same as every year, it's an off-season of high hopes for Atlanta, but also same as every season, it's so far been a regular season of massive disappointment. They sit 12th in the Eastern Conference with a record of just 1 win, 5 losses, and 1 draw, and a goal differential of -6. They do feature a talented goal scorer in Russian midfielder Alexei Miranchuk, who has scored 4 goals this season, but he isn't the everyday starter for the team. Their star striker is Emmanuel Latelath, who led the team with 7 goals in 2025, same amount that Sam Surridge already has. But he has only scored once this season so far. Atlanta just lost to a tough Chicago team 1-0, as John just mentioned, and their only win came against the struggling Philadelphia back in mid-March. This is a game that on paper Nashville should win, but anything can happen, and so the boys in gold should not let their guard down. This is a Southern rival, and the team needs to make like General Sherman and take care of business in Atlanta. So we've got that coming up, guys, and I'd love to hear what you think might happen. Let's break out the crystal balls, y'all. John, we'll get you first. Break out the crystal ball. Tell us what you see.
This ball has been clearly just wanting to break out all episode long. So I'm going to tell you, we're going to win 1-0 in Mexico City Tuesday night. It is going to be a smash and grab, and we may have to run straight from the field to the bus to make it out to the airport afterwards.
Sure.
Club America is obviously a good team. They're well drilled, but they haven't quite clicked offensively. And hopefully with our strong defense, I see Palacios and Maxwell shutting it down once again is Schwake. They're all going to have to play the game of their lives. You know, as optimistic as I am, I do hope that they know this is going to have to be the best game of your life going in. And I think we will. I think BJ Callaghan's going to have them just ready to go.
Yeah.
Jumping from the gate. And Sam Surridge is going to sneak in on the counterattack and get that goal. That's just going to dial up that atmosphere. It's going to be crazy down there. And we were actually sitting beside a couple of guys at the Club America game in the supporters section who were excited. They're actually going down to the Azteca to watch this away.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh my God, guys, that is so awesome. I wish I was there, but hopefully we'll have even more than those 2 guys down there, but it's going to be a very small number against 80, 90,000 or whatever that's going to be. So
yeah,
it's going to be crazy. And then, man, afterwards, if we are able to pull that off, Atlanta might be a little bit of a banana peel. you know, we're going to be so high if we're actually able to do that. But, you know, Atlanta sucks. So 2-1, 2-1 NSC. I think I've called Woobens a few times. I won't call Woobens. I don't see Woobens scoring yet. I do see, hopefully Ahmed Qasem gets back healthy. And he'll get a goal.
Yeah.
And what do you know? Eddi Tagseth just going to keep scoring bangers.
Wow.
From now on, every game.
Let's start predicting it every game again. I like it. Hey, if you are an NSC fan and you're going down to watch the game in Mexico, please be safe. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely.
Please be safe. You're going to have a big target on your back with a Nashville SC logo on it. So be careful.
Yep.
Evan, what do you think's going to happen? What's your crystal ball have to say?
Yeah, well, let me gaze deeply into it. And boys, today my crystal ball is glowing and vibrating especially powerfully. And so in it, here's what I see. John's got a few things right, but he is a little bit off. We are going to go down and absolutely go for it in Azteca, and we are going to get the go-ahead goal by Sam. But As a result, Club America, they're just going to have to go for everything. And it's going to break the game open. It's going to be up and down the pitch, and it's going to end up in one of, if not the best results in club history, where we get a 3-3 draw.
Wow.
With goals from Surridge, Madrigal, and Nahar.
Wow.
It's going to be amazing. Then, next weekend, instead of the devil going down to Georgia and getting his fiddle-playing ass handed to him by Johnny, it's going to be the boys in gold heading down to Mercedes-Benz Stadium and stealing souls. Guys, we're going to go down and win 4-0 with goals from Mayer, Qasem, Tagseth, and Pasius. Yeah. Fire on the mountain, run boys run. NSC is in the house of the rising sun. Coyotes in the chicken coop making a big mess. Granny, do the boys win? Yes, child, yes.
Oh my God.
Bravo.
End it right there. End it.
Dropping the mic. Oh, great stuff. It's a lot to look forward to. And if you're a Nashville fan, this is a big week. So I hope you're ready to throw all your support behind the team and give them all you got. Guys, thank you so much. This has been a blast today. It's always better after a victory, right?
Yeah, dude.
It's been a fun weekend, and I'm looking forward to this week and seeing what the boys can do. But for now, we got to wrap things up. Before we go, John, we've got multiple ways people can reach out to us. We're asking people to give us their nominations for the Electric Gold Underdog Hall of Fame. We're asking people to give their commentary on our Glory Music City Song of the Week. And how do they do that? How do they reach out to us?
Reach out to us. We are Electric Gold NSC. We are on all the social media you can think of. We're on Instagram, Facebook, X formerly Twitter, Blue Sky, and of course YouTube. Leave a comment anywhere that you watch us, like us, love us, do all that good stuff. And please, yes, we want this interaction. We crave this interaction. We want to hear from you. So yes, please, please, please keep doing that internet thing you do, and we'll love you for it.
Yeah, we appreciate all the support from everybody. Thank you for listening. And of course, as we look ahead, make sure that you keep on cheering on the boys. Keep on wearing your jerseys. Keep on going out to the bars and watching the games or watching at home. Keep on talking about it. Keep on listening to us. And most importantly, keep on saying it. Come on, you boys in gold.
Come on, you boys in gold.
Come on, you boys in gold.
We root for our team. We ain't never betraying it. Oh, hell no, it never gets old. Keep on cheering, keep on saying it. Come on, you boys in gold. Start the week off right. What's Electric Gold thinking? First things first, wanna know what you're drinking. We can review, and what did we learn? Hot chicken takes, you know I'm gonna burn. We root for our team, we ain't never betraying it. Oh hell no, it never gets old. Keep on cheering, keep on saying it. Come on, you boys in gold. Time to line up your tickets and your game day crew. Get your fit ready, you know how we do. Marching to the castle or on the road going away. Show enough time for NSC to play. We root for our team, we ain't never betraying it. Oh hell no, it never gets old. Keep on cheering, keep on saying it. Come on, you boys in gold. At the castle or a watch party, everyone in. Coach has got his lineup and a plan.